Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. Your country is going to fail. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know. This climate change, it's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. Everyone says that I should get the Nobel Peace Prize for each one of these achievements. Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. You're never going to get them solved. Some were going for 31 years, 2 of them, 31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years. One was 28 years. I ended 7 wars. And in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed. This includes Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious, violent war that was, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, and Armenia and Azerbaijan. It included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. And I did it in just 7 months. It's never happened before. There's never been anything like that. Very honored.
Trump claims he ended wars, but the facts tell a different story. In Egypt and Ethiopia, there was no war during his presidency, just a long-running dispute over a massive Ethiopian dam on the Nile. Then there's Serbia and Kosovo. Trump says he prevented a new war, but neither country was at war. His administration did broker an economic deal in 2020, but no bullets were flying. In the case of Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, Trump touted a peace agreement signed in June. But the real conflict, rebel groups in eastern Congo want part of the deal. And India-Pakistan, Trump claims credit for a ceasefire. Pakistan cheers, but India says they handled it themselves. So Trump's track record on ending wars, let's just say it sounds bigger on stage than it does on the ground.
Your country is going to fail. And I'm really good at predicting things, you know. They actually said during the campaign, they had a hat, the best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right about everything. They want to oppose an extreme agenda. They cannot pass it, and they cannot win it at the ballot box. They're not going to win. They're not even going to. They won't come close in 2020. They know it. They know it. They're not going to win it. It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear. And from our shores, it could get worse before it gets better. It could maybe go away. We'll see what happens. Nobody really knows. This climate change, it's the greatest con job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. To us. We've used tariffs as a defense mechanism under the Trump administration, including my first term, where hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs were taken in. And by the way, we had the lowest inflation, and now we have very low inflation. The only thing different is that we have hundreds of billions of dollars flowing into our country.
Inflation has come down a great deal, but is still running a bit above our 2% objective. The data we have in hand so far suggests that growth has slowed in the first quarter of this year from last year's solid pace. Surveys of households and businesses report a sharp decline in sentiment and elevated uncertainty about the outlook, largely reflecting trade policy concerns. While job growth has slowed relative to last year, the combination of low layoffs and lower labor force growth has kept the unemployment rate in a low and stable range. The level of tariff increases announced so far is significantly larger than anticipated, and the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, which will include higher inflation and slower growth. Tariffs are highly likely to generate at least a temporary rise in inflation. The inflationary effects could also be more persistent. Avoiding that outcome will depend on the size of the effects, on how long it takes for them to pass through fully to prices, and ultimately on keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored.
I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country. It's going to make our country rich again. We have many companies, as you know, auto companies are opening up plants now. We've had 4 or 5 announced already, but many more are coming. And we're basically going to take back the money, or a lot of the money that we've given away over many decades. We've lost our jobs, we've lost our factories. We've lost 90,000 factories since the beginning of NAFTA. It's not that long ago. 90,000 factories, think of that. And we're going to get them back, and they're coming back, and they're coming back in records. Look at what happened with the big chip company, the biggest in the world, by far the most powerful chip company in the world, from Taiwan, and they're going in with $200 billion of money, and they're going to build something that's going to give us 35–40% of the chip market in one company. No, it's going to bring it back, and I think it's going to make us bring us to a level that we've never had before.
So when you ask what's being impacted, it's literally everything that goes into you enjoying a beer. It's going to be the aluminum in the cans. It's going to be the label in the can. It's going to be the hops and the malt and the yeast that go into brewing the beer. It's going to go into the future costs that we have to anticipate of staff who are going to be looking for raises. Health insurance is going to be going up.
I mean, I would not be closing. My mom started the store in 1981. We've been a staple in this neighborhood for 44 years, but Amazon has, online shopping has taken over, and we just can't compete anymore, and I can't pay the bills. And then, that's the main thing. And then the political climate and the tariffs was what did me in. It was the final nail in the coffin.
I think India mostly with us. Yes, we had these questions with energy, but I think that President Trump can manage it with Europeans, make more close and strong relations with India, and I think we have to do everything not to withdraw Indians, and they will change their attitude to Russian energy sector, I'm sure. With China it's more difficult.
You have countries like India, almost 1.5 billion people, China, with powerful economies, but they also have their own domestic political mechanisms and laws. So when somebody tells you that they're going to punish you, you have to think, how can the leadership of those countries, of those big countries, which had difficult periods in their history too, that had to do with colonialism, with attacks on their sovereignty during prolonged periods of time. You have to understand that if one of them shows weakness, his political career will be over, so that influences his behavior. Just the colonial era is now over. They have to realize that they cannot use this tone in speaking with their partners. But ultimately, things will be sorted out, everything will take its place, and we will see a normal political dialogue again.